AI can be incredibly useful. AI can also give wrong answers, lazy answers, strange answers, and sometimes answers that sound very confident but are completely wrong. And honestly, that is most dangerous kind of wrong. AI can support children in a healthy way, not as a replacement for parents, not as a replacement for teachers, not as a replacement for thinking, but as a tool. So let's start with the first big idea. How AI can support children without replacing parents. Hi everyone, and welcome back to CyberPapa. Today we are talking about a topic that many parents are either excited about, worried about, or secretly pretending they understand it. And that topic is artificial intelligence, AI. Or as some parents call it, that thing my child uses to finish homework in 12 seconds while I'm still trying to remember my Wi-Fi password. Now, before we start, let me say something very clearly. This episode isn't about giving your child unlimited access to AI, hoping for the best. That would be like giving a 10-year-old a chainsaw and saying, don't worry, it has a safety manual. AI can be incredibly useful. It can support learning, creativity, problem solving, language practice, confidence, and even family conversations. But AI can also give wrong answers, lazy answers, strange answers, and sometimes answers that sound very confident but are completely wrong. And honestly, that is most dangerous kind of wrong. Because when a person says, I'm not sure, we are careful. But when AI says something with a perfect grammar, a serious tone, and no hesitation, we often think, well, this robot sounds like it went to university. So today I want to talk about AI. Can support children, how AI can support children in a healthy way, not as a replacement for parents, not as a replacement for teachers, not as a replacement for thinking, but as a tool, a very powerful tool, and like a very powerful tool, it needs rules, guidance, and a responsible adult nearby, preferably one who has had coffee. So let's start with the first big idea. AI can help children learn at their own pace, and this is huge because every child learns differently. Some children understand maths quickly but struggle with writing. Some children love reading but panic when they see fractions. Some children can explain dinosaurs in professional detail for 40 minutes, but when you ask them to clean their room, suddenly their brain has no operating system. And school, even when teachers are great, often has one big limitation. There is one teacher and many students. The teacher cannot always stop and explain the same thing in 5 different ways to one child while also helping 20 other children. But AI can do something useful here. A child can ask, can you explain this in a simpler way? Or can you explain it like I'm 10? Or even, can you explain fractions using pizza? And honestly, pizza is probably the best educational technology ever invented. If your child does not understand fractions, don't start with abstract numbers. Start with, you had 1 pizza, your brother ate half, how much anger do you feel? This is maths and emotional education at the same time. AI can take a difficult concept and explain it in different ways. For example, if your child is learning about gravity, AI can explain it scientifically. Then it can explain it using football, then using Lego, then using a story about a superhero who keeps dropping sandwiches from the sky. And suddenly the child may say, oh, now I get it. That moment matters because sometimes children are not unable to learn. They just have not heard the explanation in a way that connects with their world. So one good use of AI is this. Your child can use AI as a patient explainer. not as someone who gives the final answer, but as someone who helps them understand the path. And this is the first rule I would suggest to parents. Don't ask AI only for answers, ask AI for explanations. There is a big difference between them. What is the answer to this homework? And can you explain how I can solve this problem step by step? The first one replaces thinking. The second one supports thinking. And that is the line we want to protect. Now let's imagine a simple family situation. Your child comes to you and says, I don't understand this maths problem. You look at the problem. There are numbers, there are brackets, there is probably a triangle. And somewhere deep inside your own school trauma wakes up. You smile calmly and say, of course, let's look at it together. But inside your head you are thinking, I haven't seen this since 1998. And even then I was not emotionally ready. This is where AI can help the parent too. You can say to your child, let's ask AI to explain this, but we will not copy the answer. We will check whether we understand the steps. This is a great family habit. You are not saying, AI, do my child's homework. You are saying, AI, help us learn. And then you can ask follow-up questions. Why did you do this step? Why? How can I give another example? Can you make a similar problem for practice? That last one is very useful, because once your child solves one problem, AI can generate another similar problem and another and another. Basically, AI can become the world's least tired worksheet generator. Unlike parents, AI does not say, please, no more maths, I just sat down. The second way AI can support children is language learning. This is one of my favorite examples, because language learning needs practice, a lot of practice. And the problem is that children are often afraid to speak a foreign language. They worry about mistakes, they worry about pronunciation, they worry that someone will laugh. And to be fair, adults are the same. Many adults study English for 10 years and still beginning every sentence with sorry for my English, even when their English is completely fine. AI can give children a safe place to practice. They can have a simple conversation. They can ask AI to correct their sentences gently. They can practice ordering food in English. They can practice introducing themselves. They can practice for a school presentation. For example, a child can write, please pretend you are a tourist in London and I need to ask you for directions. Or, please help me practice a conversation in a shop. Or, please ask me 5 easy questions in English and correct my answers. This is powerful because the child can provide practice without feeling judged. AI does not roll its eyes. AI does not laugh. AI doesn't say, your accent is funny. AI just continues. And sometimes that is exactly what a child needs. A calm practice partner. But again, the parent's role matters, because you can help your child use AI in a better way. Instead of saying, write my English homework, teach them to say, I wrote this paragraph. Can you help me improve it and explain the changes? This is completely different skill. The child still creates the original work. AI helps improve it, and the child learns from the corrections. This is how we want to use AI, not as a cheating machine, as a coach who never sleeps, never drinks coffee, and never says, I've already explained this, yes, like 1,000 times. Now let's talk about creativity. Many people think AI is only about homework, but AI can also help children create stories, games, jokes, characters, comic ideas, and imaginary worlds. And this can be very wonderful. Let's say your child says, I want to write a story, but I don't know how to start. AI can suggest 5 story openings. Or your child can say, I want a story about a dragon who is afraid of flying. Already I want to read that story. A dragon afraid of flying is basically a parent afraid of the school WhatsApp group. You know you have to get there, but emotionally you are not prepared. AI can help children develop ideas. It can ask questions like, what does your character want? What is the problem? What happens next? What is the funny twist? This teaches structure. It helps children move from I have an idea to I can build something. And that is important because creativity is not only imagination. Creativity is also the ability to change imagination into something others can understand. A story, a drawing, a project, a presentation, a game. AI can be used as a creative partner. But again, we need one important rule. The child should not only consume AI generated content. The child should practice. A bad prompt is write me a story. A better prompt is I have an idea for a story about a lonely robot. Ask me questions to help me develop it. That changes everything. Now AI is not replacing the child's imagination. It's pulling more imagination out of the child. And that is exactly what we want. Here's a good question to ask your child. Did AI create this or did AI help you create this? That question is simple but powerful because children need to understand authorship. They need to know the difference between I made this and I clicked a button and something appeared. Both can be fun, but they are not the same. And if we want children to grow, we want them to stay active, not passive. AI should not turn children into passengers. It should help them become better drivers, although hopefully not real drivers yet. Because if your child drives the way they close apps on an iPad, we are all in dangers. You don't need to close the apps on iPad. The third big idea is confidence. Some children are afraid to ask questions in class. They think their questions is stupid. They think everyone else understands, but not they. They think they are the only one lost. And every adult knows the feeling. You sit in a meeting, someone explains something complicated, everyone nods, you also nod. But inside your head there is only one sentence. I have absolutely no idea what is happening. Children feel this too. AI gives them a private space to ask basic questions. They can ask, what does this word mean? Can you explain this again? Can you give me an easier example? What is the difference between those two things? And they can ask without embarrassment. This can be especially helpful for children who are shy, neurodivergent, anxious, or simply slower to speak in a group. But here comes an important point. We should not teach children to hide all their questions from humans. AI can help them prepare, but children still need human connection. They still need to speak with parents, teachers, friends, and real people. So I would describe AI like training wheels on a bicycle. Training wheels can help you start, but they can give confidence, but the goal is not to ride with training wheels forever. The goal is to become stronger. So if your child uses AI to understand something, encourage them to let her explain it to you. You can say, okay, now teach me what you've learned. This is one of the best tests of understanding. If a child can explain something in their own words, they probably understand it. And if they cannot, this is not a failure. This is useful information. It means let's go back and learn it again. Thank you for watching CyberPapa. If this episode helped you, share it with another parent who is trying to understand AI without losing their mind. And in the comments, tell me, how do you feel about children using AI? Excited, worried, confused, or all three at the same time? Because honestly, that is probably the most normal answer. So see you in the next episode. And until then, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, the smartest technology in your child's life should still be a wise adult.